news came out a couple of weeks ago that Salesforce instituted a hiring freeze, and actually, sort of as I was trolling around on this over the weekend, I found that they were even rescinding offers that had been signed and extended. So kind of like pretty like abrupt, slowdown in that sense. And I think that bears will, rightly see that as, okay, growth rate is slowing. Let's take that for what it's worth. And they're probably going to have a squishy quarter this quarter. I think bulls will probably reacted by saying, wow, yay, this is amazing. The CFO is finally in charge. Because if you look at the numbers last year, for example, they added their headcount on point-to-point basis for last fiscal year ending January 31. Their headcount grew 30% year over year. Their operating cash flow for the year grew 25%. But the point-to-point operating cash flow from fourth quarter to fourth quarter actually declined 9%. And if you look at revenue numbers, revenue grew 26%, billing point-to-point, fourth quarter to fourth quarter. Billings grew 24%. So clearly this is something that is like a little bit overdue because they've got to like right the ship. The company has a very slow innovation pace at the core, has confusion among the silos of innovation in terms of like putting everything together. They've acquired multiple overlapping pieces that they have never harmonized. They've acquired companies and then which is, there's nothing wrong with acquiring companies, and they have the best distribution in the world, or one of the best, so they are really good at upsell. But they also then allow the technology property that they acquire to atrophy. What's the point of that? It means that the next acquisition you make, you're not only are you using the new acquisition to grow, you're actually covering up the crap that you did before, the mistakes you made from before each time. And given that the acquisitions are bigger and bigger, the mistakes are bigger and bigger. You kind of like, if you're atrophying technology, you're losing your leadership. An easy one, by the way, to see is Demandware, which the code was already old by the time they bought it 6-7 years ago. And then they literally didn't update the code at all for many years. And lo and behold, we have an e-commerce boom. They should have been right along there with Shopify and Wix and other companies leading the charge, and they weren't because they hadn't touched the code. It wasn't like nothing was in good shape, and they had to go and make another acquisition in a headless e-commerce company at the end of 2020 just to have something to sell. So that's the reason why fundamentally we haven't ever really gotten excited on the long side for Salesforce.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.